What's up guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we are doing a top 5 best supercars in GTA Online. Now this is a personal opinion for all these vehicles in this top 5. You guys can agree or disagree, so you can let me know in the comment section down below. But anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm hoping this series will do well. This is the tips and tricks and guides number 3 for GTA Online because it seems to be doing reasonably well. So anyway, let's just get right into the video. Alright, so coming in at number 5 we have the NSS80RR. Now this car was released during the Diamond Casino and Resort DLC, so the day this came out, this car was released. A lot of people don't realize this thing's in the game because at that time the Trophy Thrax was all the hype, but this car honestly is pretty good. Now this car is a one-seater, so it isn't exactly good for bringing your friends around the map, but this car that's not what it's for. It's got reasonable customization, but what makes this thing stand out to me is its traction and its handling. As you can see here, it is weaving around, not really spinning out too much. The handling flags that Rockstar added quite a few years ago doesn't really affect this car as much as other cars, say the Italia GTO. But this car, you can see here, yeah, it's going through the town, going to the city quite well, not really like spinning out or anything. So the top speed on this thing is about average, the braking is about average, the acceleration is average, but what makes this car to me so good is, yes, the traction and the handling, which make it good for races like, not really stunt races, but more like regular racing when you're going around, weaving around, and stuff like that. But anyway, this is my number 5. So coming in at number 4, we have the Overflawed Autark. Now for about $2 million, you get a pretty good all-rounder supercar. It is about the same as the S80RR, but instead it has 2 seats and it's a little bit cheaper, so if you can't afford that, you have this instead. This thing's pretty good for customization. You can kind of make it look how you want it to. But that's not the reason why I picked this car. The reason why I picked this car is because of the performance. The top speed is about the same, maybe even a little bit faster than the S80s. The acceleration is not too bad on this car either. But what makes this vehicle stand out to me is its handling and traction. So as you can see here, if you really want it to drift and spin out, you have to actually try to get it to. But I'm going through the city here, following the same track as last time, and while it's not as good as the S80, it is almost as good. This thing's also, like I said, if I said this earlier, this thing's very small, so it's easy to get around. Like you can see here, comparing to the road cars and other supercars, compared to like one of the biggest ones is the Tyrant. This car is quite tiny, so it makes it good for weaving around. So with its traction and handling being small, it is very good for weaving around. The top speed's average. It's $2 million. So really, you're paying $2 million for a pretty good car. But an extra feature here that a lot of people don't know is you can raise the trunk like this. And you think, why is that a good thing? It just moves the trunk forward. Well, it covers up the front window. So when you're driving into an area, you can pop that thing up and you can't get shot out the front window. As you can see here, I'm shooting it and it doesn't get through. So that kind of gives you an extra benefit. Something you wouldn't really be using much, but definitely something for you to consider. But anyway, that's number 4 on my list. So coming in at number 3 on this list, we have the Dubashi Wagner. Now this car is $1.5 million, just over that, and this is the cheapest car on this list. Now this car is pretty good. You'll see this a lot in races, a lot of stunt races and just regular races for supercars. It's pretty good. It doesn't look too bad. The customization's pretty good on this, so you can make it look how you want to. But again, the reason why this car stands out is because of the handling and the traction. Now, the top speed and the acceleration are much better than the Autark and the S80s, which is why this is higher. And being the cheapest, this is probably one of your best bets to get for supercars. This car is quite good. You can see here, it's easy to drift around, but when you don't want it to like spin out or anything, it will not. This car doesn't really have the handling flags as bad as other vehicles did. Again, the GTO to come in as an example. But I'm driving around the city here and there is no issues whatsoever really. So this car would be probably one of your best bets, if not your best bet for driving around in races or whatever. So this is my pick for number 3. So coming in at number 2, we have the Benefactor Krieger. Now being the most expensive car on this list at $2,875,000, you'd better hope for that big price tag. This car can do a lot, and yes it can. Because for a while, the top supercar in the game for top speed was the Deveste 8. But during the Casino DLC in the drip feed, the Krieger managed to take its spot. Now, this car and the Deveste 8 kind of cap out to the same top speed, so maybe a mile or two an hour difference. Nothing too big, but what makes this thing better than the Deveste 8 in many different ways is its acceleration, its looks, its handling, everything like that. It's not as long, it's easier to control. Just everything about this is pretty much better than the Deveste 8. So this car's top speed is the reason why it's on the list, and it can cap out at high top speeds, which makes this thing good for stunt racing. So it handles okay, it's nothing too exciting for the handling, but the top speed is what makes this car stand out, that and the acceleration. So the customization is alright. I kept the stock fins and the exhaust on it to keep it unique, because no other cars in the game really have that. But yes, so you basically use this in stunt racing. Racing, it'd be alright, but again, stunt racing would be its best. I see this all the time in stunt racing. But yes, this is my pick for number 2. So coming in at number 1, we have the Progen Emrys. Now this car, as I'm making this video right now, is on the podium, and I strongly suggest you do whatever you can to get this vehicle. This car is crazy. I consider the T20 2.0 because back on Gen 1 PS3, the T20 ruled the races, ruled the streets. That car was crazy, and to me, I consider this the T20 2.0. Obviously, both vehicles being made by Progen, aka McLaren, the T20 being based off of the McLaren P1, and this being based off of the McLaren S Senna. This car is amazing. The top speed is pretty good, better than any of the other ones on this list except the Krieger. The handling is quite good. This thing moves quick around town. The traction is alright, nothing too exciting. Much better than, I'd say better than the Autarks, but not better than anything else on this list. This car is quite good for that. So I'd say use this for races. More of stunt races, I'd use the Krieger. This I'd use in regular races for driving around the city. This car is pretty cool. And another unique feature is you got the little windows on the doors, extra windows on the side to see your legs or whatever, if you want to see your legs while driving around. This car can go around town without any problems. It's alright. Again, nothing too exciting for anything else, but I'd say if you can, get this car, because this car can get around places super easily. But anyway, that's it for this video. Just keep in mind that this is, again, my own opinion of what should have been in the top 5. So let me know what you guys think should have been or should not have been in this list in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe because that means a lot to me. The series seems to be doing pretty good, and I'm really enjoying helping you guys out. But yeah, like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Have a good day.